I'm back in my showroom today and I wanted to talk about art. I have a specific method of how I choose art and what makes it on the website, what doesn't, what I put in projects and what I won't. And so I want to kind of talk through some of that and then go through some of my new favorite new pieces this fall. So the first thing I'll say is I'm really kind of particular and detail oriented when it comes to art because art is funny in that like you can get great pieces of art from a lot of different places. So at Amethyst, we really focus on oversized art. I would say kind of the minimum size that I shop for typically is going to be like a 40 by 40, 60 by 40. I tend to focus on extra large pieces. And that's just kind of part of my personal aesthetic is I like fewer, bigger things. And I don't do like a ton of accessories or styling. So typically, like a finished project for us will be a great rug, great furniture, maybe a bowl of moss, a tree, and then a great piece of artwork. And so it's really important that we're picking art that is interesting enough that you won't find it somewhere knocked off, if that makes sense. Like what I've learned in design is that typically artists will start with something really great and original, and then that will kind of become a trend, and then it'll be mass produced in a lesser quality and then mass produced in a lesser quality. And that's kind of how trends cycle from my perspective. So I'm always looking for things that are really interesting that haven't been done in a giant format. Like I said, I love big art. And then I always like a high quality wood frame. We also have a black frame, which is kind of like a budget moment on our site. You can always pick, and that's just classic. You know what I mean? Like classic black frame. And then I love floating details. I love it. A lot of our art on our site will say like hand embellished. And what that means is that somebody took a paintbrush and they actually did something on the canvas. It's not just printed. So I get that question a lot. And that's why it's kind of hard to shop for art online, is because sometimes you truly could be buying something like out of a printer. And so at Amethyst, we try to make sure you're never buying something that just like came out of a printer for $1,500. We definitely want there to be hand embellished moments. We want a really high quality frame. We want a really substantial size. And so those are a few things I look for. And then I also love to look for pieces that have like an interesting material or something happening, something different than what you can find at Home Goods or Target, right? So starting off with this one, I think it's called Cumulus, but I need to double check. This one is big. We did it in a walnut frame. I ordered this as an option to put into one of my projects. So I just happen to love cloud art. You'll always find, if you type in cloud art on our site, you're going to find a lot of options, because to me, it's very optimistic. It's very hopeful. I could put a piece of cloud art in every single home I work on. And I don't know, it would feel fresh to me because I'm always wanting to create an environment of peace and calm. And for me, blue skies just do it. So I thought I was really doing something with this one because it's an abstract that reminds me of clouds. So it's very serene. And then on the bottom, it's got kind of this darker moment. It's big. Like I said, I don't know the exact size. I'm thinking it's around 40 by 40. It's all on our website. The newer pieces we added, I just tell my team to add it in one big size. But just know we can customize it. If you tell me what size you need, then we just reformat it to that size and as close as we can get it while keeping the proportions. So like if you're like, I need this in a 30-inch and the best proportion is like 29 by 29, I'll just let you know. And then we'll send you a customized invoice. All of our art is made to order because it's got great frames and because it's got hand applied elements. So typically you'll receive your art piece in like 3 or 4 weeks. So usually pretty quick, but I just want to let you know that. So this is my first kind of serene, light colored piece. I'm also into doing light art on light walls, dark art on dark walls. And then there's, you can also contrast. But I said, don't be afraid if you already have light walls to do a light piece, because I think that makes it pretty cool. So this is Cumulus, and let me show you the next one. Okay, this next one is what I consider a small art for Amethyst. So this one is a 31 and a half by 47. So to me, it's small. And I've used this in like a laundry room. This is great at like the end of a hallway. It depends on your living room. I mean, you could work it into your living room, but typically I like pieces that are the width of the sofa, a little bit less, or square. It could work in a dining room. But this one is called Fog. It comes in 2 different colors. I think it is so beautiful. Very serene. You get kind of a landscape. It's got a lot of different shades of green in it. So it goes with a lot of things. This one just comes standard in this beautiful white oak frame. And yeah, this is Fog. This one is hands down one of our best sellers this fall. We've been shipping this one across the country a lot. So I used it in a project in Kansas City, down in a bar area. So I think it's really a fun, moody moment. I recognize not everyone is building a house right now or renovating a house, but typically what we see on Pinterest is like brand new houses. And so when you see these new construction home trends, I'm always looking for ways to sneak those trends into older homes, or homes with character. And I feel like this is a really great way to capitalize on that moody trend. And so it is a floral, but it's inky. It's got a lot of high contrast. You could put this on a dark wall and it would knock everyone's socks off. Like I would freak out on a dark wall. We put this on a white wall. But I think it's just a great moody moment. This one is called Olea, Olea. And yeah, it's an Amethyst fave. This one it's almost a 40 by 52. So pretty big. You can hang these sideways too. If you just want to give me a heads up, we can have it wired that way. And that will make your life a lot easier. Okay. Next, this one, a little bigger. This is one of my favorites. It's called Just. I might actually have to stand beside it because it's pretty tall. I am 5'6", so if you do the math there. This one does have a lot of hand-applied elements, and it's on linen, which I love. I have a lot of pieces on linen on our site, and you can just search linen art, and it'll pull those up. This one's mixed media, so it's got like some charcoal, it's got paint, and then it's got this really beautiful tea stain effect, which I love. And we did this one in a walnut frame, but you can do it with light oak. You can do black, like I said, that saves you a little bit of money. And this is just a great piece. On our site, you'll see it hanging horizontal, installed in a project. We did it like over the stairwell. But you can also hang it vertical, so just kind of give me a heads up. This one you could hang any 4 ways because it's abstract and kind of make it your own. Next. Next, we've got prairie. We're in the Midwest, so we have to have a prairie moment. And I like this one because, no brainer, it's primarily blue skies, which I always love blue sky artwork. So this one comes in kind of a champagne frame, but if you message me, we can change the frame, no problem. Again, just a happy Midwest abstract. This one you might recognize. This is one of our all-time bestsellers, and so I thought with the showroom refresh, I definitely wanted to have its moment because I don't know if I've ever had it in the shop before. I've had it like in projects, but I don't remember if we've ever had it in the shop. So this one is called Ink Stain, and it's very neutral. That's kind of it. This one's on linen, so it truly feels like somebody just smeared ink all over linen, and it's a really cool effect. It's earthy, and what I like about this one a lot is the shape. Like you'll notice that it's a weird, it's not quite square. It's 64 by 53, which I think gives it a really cool effect. So I might turn it so you can kind of see the shape. Yeah. So that is Ink Stain. I feel like this is a great moody moment, again, like capitalizing on trends in new homes. If you don't have the wallpaper or you don't have like that moody moment, this is like an instant upgrade. It's so cool in a bar. We've used it in offices. It's great in the living room. There's really no place I wouldn't put this one. And you can come, if you're near Omaha showroom, you can come see this one in person, which is fun. And I do allow you to borrow things. So if you ever see something in the shop you want to try before you commit, you're welcome to do that with rugs, artwork, pillows, small furniture. I'm really pretty laid back about it. So this is Ink Stain. These two big ones behind me are called neutral. Oh no, I actually don't know how to pronounce this word. Neutral Toile, Toile. They are big. They're so cool and big. And my favorite homes, especially like in Nashville, have this kind of mural thing going on. And so I wanted to find a way to bring a mural in a more temporary way. So if like you're renting or it's not your forever home or your house just you're not in the mood to do the wallpaper thing, this is like so beautiful. So beautiful. We can change the frame color. Like I said, they're big. We've been using them with clients just on their own. You can just pick one or you can do two. And then on our site, we have a picture of it above a stairwell, which I thought was really cool. So that's Neutral Toile. And yeah, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so if you're local, like I said, I'm pretty casual. You're welcome to borrow things. That doesn't really bother me. As long as you let me know within like 24 hours. I think that's the easiest way to tell. And then if you are out of state or you can't visit our showroom, what I usually recommend is just send me a picture of your space and I'll Photoshop it in. That way you see what it looks like. Because it is hard to shop for things online, and we are so happy to do that. It literally takes us a minute. And then you can visualize it, we can visualize it, and we can kind of help you be like, oh, actually, do you think that's going to fit through that doorway? Or do you think that maybe we'll have another idea that has a similar aesthetic that might work better in your space? So feel free to bug us with that. We're happy to do it. And then these pieces are made to order, and we ship them to you very safely. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to be sharing more of our new showroom in the coming weeks. And so just follow along. And like I said, we're local, but we do ship all across the country. We actually ship internationally as well, but we're just going to focus on the States with art. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.